Right, come on, we have to go for breakfast now.
I'm just going for breakfast, but I'm not going.
What did you just describe Kennedy as?
Stupid.
And how do you know what it's like?
And how did you describe it? What it's like?
Half inside, half out. Half inside, half outside. It's just about Spain, but I don't like it.
We're going to Kennedy. We're on the bus. It's very quiet. Don't want to talk to the camera. Bye. No.
We sat outside this one hotel. We were supposed to be on time, but true to us, we were late. The Uber dropped us off outside the reception as this coach pulled in. Talk about cutting it fine.
Is this the golf course we came to the other day?
Yes.
So you don't have to go all the way around the doors to get to it. You can just get dropped off at the Swan and go for a walk there. If I'd known we could get seats like this, I would have brought the GoPro and put it on the front. Just let it run. Roof and all that. There's Ripley's. Oh, it is still there. That was Goodman's down there. That was the Mikado, the shopping centre.
Which is now I Drive 360.
Yeah. There's Pirates Cove Golf.
And that Strange Castle Hotel.
Yeah. It's just called the Castle.
The new name for this is called Heroes and Legends. As you can see on your far left hand side, the large building is Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB. It's the tallest one-floor building in the world, measures 525 feet tall, and also is the largest asset volume you can put on the top of the building, the Yankee Stadium, and you're still gonna have room left for another 122 monuments from Washington, D.C. Ready to go to space on February 21st, but it didn't happen. Alright, right here on the right is Atlantis exhibit. The gray color and the black dots represent the steam and the smoke on the takeoff in those days of the shuttle, and the orange stripe represents the re-entry of the orbiter through the Earth atmosphere when it was burning through the plasma. Now we're gonna make the turn right here. You're gonna notice the building is gonna change the color to light gray color. Well, that is the original building. The other stuff was an add up. And this building right here is housing the shuttle launch experience. You can grab it from Atlantis exhibit from first floor. You have to walk on a catwalk. All right here on the right, the extended fuel tank and solid rocket boosters. That's where we're gonna meet our communicators. So do not get inside the Atlantis exhibit, because you're gonna miss the tour. So it's not mandatory to go on a tour. If you want to come on a tour, fine. If not, you can do whatever you want. It's a self-guided tour. The only thing what you have to do to be in a parking lot between 5 or 5:30. We're gonna start boarding at 5 o'clock, not before that.
Holds them up into the vertical position. Once they're stacked together, they're 149 feet. They'll be filled with 1.3 million pounds of solid fuel, and at liftoff, turn that right around, it produces 3.1 million pounds of thrust. Once we have the big orange external fuel tank, that's going to just be liquid, and that's only loaded at the launch pad just before launch. Liquid option, liquid hydrogen. And the most important piece becomes the orbiter, altogether becomes the space shuttle. Once it's added, you've got 2 fuel lines at the base. Those are really 17 inches around at the top. We'll see like a little triangle there that holds the nose. Once it's together, that is the space shuttle itself. And it's still on the pad about 30 to 60 days ahead of launch. And we've got down to those final minutes and seconds, and the computers take over those final 31 seconds. Because why? A human can't keep up. And there are times the engines were shut down because they're fired at T-minus 6.6 seconds. And once you hit 0, you light the boosters and off you go. And 7 seconds later, they have cleared the tower. It's pretty quick. 90 minutes around the Earth. In 24 hours, that's 16 times. 16 sunrises and sunsets. 45 minutes of daylight, 45 minutes of darkness. And get some pretty awesome pictures. And that's even what the International Space Station's doing right now, which is only about 250 miles above the Earth. It's not that far away. And that's one thing about the orbiter. She couldn't go far away. She stayed in low Earth orbit, no higher than 400 miles above us. Really, the farthest she ever was at the last Hubble Space Telescope capture and upgrades. We left her about 380 miles above us. And that means we can't go far away, and that's one reason she got retired. If we want to go to someday the moon and asteroid and Mars, you got to go back to rockets. So you got some really cool stuff you want to check out in the IMAX building, which is a real Orion capsule, and right next to it a model of a space launch system. And when you drive around the vehicle assembly building, you're going to see the equipment that it'll be built on, but not outside. In the building, they're still working on the equipment. When you drove in today, when you just come onto the Space Center, there was a big object sitting back out there. That's the main access arm that the astronauts are going to walk across. You'll notice that when you are leaving later on today, you can't miss it. And it's got a big white box on the end of it. And that's going to be the main arm the astronauts walk across and board the capsule itself. So there's some really cool stuff.
Will. And then we'll shoot business. What's for you?
There's an actual astronaut in the theatre today. He's filming something of his own though. I don't know.
Lots of slides down there.
No, don't.
You've got coming there.
I want it. Can I go with? Wow. I'll just stand there so I'll take pictures.
Jump, jump.
Kids having a restroom break midway through the tour, so I figured I might as well come and film some things while we're up here. This is one of the actual engines from Atlantis. The ladies just told us there that they are so heavy they can't actually have the real ones on that on the exhibit because they would just break off, they would snap. And the same for the doors that's down. The reason that they're on the steel ropes is because it's too heavy to hold itself up on Earth, but obviously it's fine when it's in space. This is a replica of the flight deck of Atlantis. There's just stairs there, I think.
What's your touchdown?
I think. So we're Kennedy. This is day 9, I think. Friday the 3rd of November anyway. We've done the Atlantis exhibit this morning as soon as we came in. We've done the takeoff simulator, which was really good. Both of the kids came in with us too. And we just had our lunch at the Orbit Cafe. It was really, really good value. It was $40 for the 4 of us to eat. Really nice food. Enjoyed it much better than Boathouse. And now we are going to go and get on one of the bus tours, which takes about a couple of hours, out to the launch pads, things like that. I'll try and vlog as much as I can.
I want to hold it.
No.
We get to see the dragon being built.
Yeah, we think that we might be able to see the Dragon rocket that's going to go up next. So that's where we're off now. But yeah, that's where we're just eating there, the Orbit Cafe.
I had a really deep pan, like this. deep pan pizza.
Yeah, Will got a pepperoni pizza, Lily got a chicken tenders meal with apple slices and a chocolate milk. Craig got a cheeseburger meal, and I got I don't know what it was, some sort of barbecue pulled pork burger meal with French fries. It was really nice, like I say, $40. Really good value.
What funny story while we're here? There's a spaceman here. I thought it was a statue, so I went to do that and he fell. Also,
I'll put the picture of them in there, meeting the spaceman.
and also, while we're in the cafe, I got the pizza. It was only like that. I was like, that isn't gonna fill me. I'm gonna get fries or French fries or something, or dessert after. And actually, it filled us. So quite surprised at that.
That says tours depart every 15 minutes.
Well,
It says there 2 buses depart every 15 minutes. They run from 9:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. I'll put the links into the website in the description of this video of where we bought our tickets for this excursion. So basically, I can't remember, it was roughly about $100-ish for the adults and a little bit less for the kids. So we got the transport and the coach, an entry into the visitor centre, the Atlantis tour, and the coach tours are included, which takes you out to the launch pads and that sort of thing. We see the big, huge, massive assembly building. Oh, I'm probably going to have to stop vlogging here.
Or 160 meters high. The American flag you see on the front is 21 stories tall. The VAB is where everything comes together before a launch. The Apollo and Space Shuttle vehicles were assembled for flight in the VAB. This cavernous facility contains 4 huge bays where the spacecraft were assembled using massive overhead bridge cranes for highly complex maneuvers. Today, the VAB is being updated to assemble our next human-rated launch vehicle, the Space Launch System, or SLS. The SLS is the most powerful rocket in history and has an evolvable design that ranges from 321 to 384 feet tall, depending on mission requirements. This rocket will someday help NASA to reach its goal of human exploration of Mars. The large tower next to the VAB is the mobile launcher being built for SLS. When completed, it will carry the massive launch vehicle on top of the crawler transporter to pad 39B. You will learn more about the launch of SLS when we get to the launch pad. Adjacent to the VAB is the Launch Control Center, the distinctively shaped 4-story building which houses the launch team. This is where the ground controllers, engineers, and launch director monitor the spacecraft and manage all the activities leading up to launch.
Now, there's a couple things they didn't mention in that video. For example, the American flag you see on the side of the building was put there in 1976 to celebrate the bicentennial. Now, NASA liked the way it looked so much, they said we're going to leave it there permanently. So that becomes the largest painted American flag in the world. It is 21 stories tall. Those stars are 6 feet across. The stripes are 8 feet wide. The blue background behind those stars is the size of an NBA basketball court. Now, the logo on the other side is 110 feet across. Nowadays, NASA just likes to refer to it as the meatball. Now, the 2 gray sections you see are 2 of the 4 doors. To give you an idea how tall they really are, we could put the Statue of Liberty in the doorway. We would still have 150 feet left over before we get to the top of that door. It takes 45 minutes to open those doors completely, and each section of that door weighs approximately 32 tons. That building is one of 6 of the largest buildings, or one of 6 of the largest buildings in the world. Now, as I turn the corner, there's one of our 2 crawlers right over here on the right, looking straight at us. Now, this particular crawler is here because, well, it's getting some very important internal upgrades done to it, because this is the one we're going to use to take the Mars rocket out to Launch Pad B next year. Now, when we want to put this particular crawler to work, we'll warm it up and we'll drive it over to this piece of equipment called a mobile launch platform. The crawler goes underneath that, picks it up, takes it into that vehicle assembly building. We'll put the shuttle on top of this and take it out to Launch Pad A or B. Of course, we don't have the shuttles anymore. So we're going to take this particular launch platform and convert it over to another style. These are some of the pieces on the ground waiting to go on board. We're going to change it over to this style right here. Now that tower is 390 feet tall. Again, the crawler will come underneath this, pick it all up, take it into that vehicle assembly building. We'll put the Mars rocket on this side of the tower, and then take it out to Launch Pad B for a launch. Now we're scheduled to launch that rocket next year on a test flight. Load on it because we can notice that the stone is still intact, but under full load that crawler will crush that stone to a fine sand. When it does that, we have to take the blacktop out of the intersection, fill that up with gravel. We have to have several water tanker trucks completely saturating the ground right in front of it, trying to keep everything cool. Now this little cluster of buildings across the road there are some of the oldest buildings we have on the property. They've had one use all these years. We give them over to the press when they want to cover a launch, and they fill down for every launch we've ever had. You notice the bleachers right across the street. That's where we used to put the astronauts' families. Also VIPs. There was more bleachers in years past. Nowadays they get that green building down there at the end of the block. You can see the observation tower. Well, here we are. Now this is our second crawler. This really is the area where we do our general maintenance work on our crawlers. Now this one has a mobile launch platform already sitting on top of it. It came off of Launch Pad A and it's here, but we just don't have any place else to put it. Now the crawler all by itself weighs 6 million pounds. It's 2,700 horsepower, and its top speed with nothing on it is 2 miles per hour. But then you put the mobile launch platform on it. That weighs 7 million pounds. And a spacecraft on top of that. Well, now you've got a top speed of 1 mile per hour. Now this vehicle has 8 tracks to it. Each one of those tracks is made up of individual cleats, and each one of those cleats weighs 1 ton each. Now at least it gets fantastic fuel mileage. It's an incredible 38 feet to the gallon. And a lot of people have asked, how long does it take a crawler to bring a spacecraft out to one of the launch pads? Well, times vary for one reason or another.
Since the end of the Space Shuttle program in 2011, Pad 39A has begun yet another transformation. Commercial developer SpaceX is modifying the pad to launch a larger version of their Falcon 9 rocket called the Falcon Heavy.
Well, I've got a place up front that's just open for a bit, and I'm going to come to a complete stop and let you take some pictures of launch pad A if you wish.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It was a few days before Christmas 1968 when Apollo 8 sat on the pad. She was the first of a new kind, a moon rocket. This was the Phoenix, risen from the ashes of Apollo 1. The first Apollo crew did not die in vain. This was to be their testament. 36 stories high, she had been fully fueled throughout the night. The liquid oxygen in her tanks caused ice to form on the outside of the craft. The extreme temperature differences between the air and the sub-zero fuel caused the metal skin of the rocket to expand and contract. Everyone who was on the pad agreed. It was as though the rocket was alive, breathing, straining at the leash. Earlier in the morning, astronauts Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders had made their final preparations before taking that long ride up to the waiting spacecraft. As the clock counted down, the astronauts and all of us in launch control went through the pre-flight checks. Our hands on the controls of the most powerful, most complex machine ever built. It had over 2 million separate systems. And to bring these men back alive, everything had to work perfectly. If a maneuvering thruster failed, if communications broke down, if navigation was off by 1 degree, if any piece of the miles of wiring, circuits, relays, or valves was defective, Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders would pay with their lives. As they sat, waiting for launch on that chill December morning, these 3 astronauts were back to what they had always been, test pilots. You are now in the final minutes before the launch of Apollo 8, right here where it actually happened. Mankind is about to leave his planet behind and journey to another.
This is launch control, T-minus 3 minutes and counting. First stage preparations are completed. Coming up on 90 seconds, mark, T-minus 90 seconds and counting. The Apollo 8 crew standing by, spacecraft commander Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, Bill Anders. We now report that the liquid hydrogen tank in the 3rd stage is pressurized, 1 minute 15 seconds. Final reports coming from Frank Borman at this time. Final look at the switch list aboard the spacecraft. 20 seconds, all aspects. We are still low at this time. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Mission sequence start. The engines are on. 4. 7:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're clearing the tower.
Apollo 8 successfully orbited the moon, and the astronauts returned safely to the Earth. I know. I'm Jim Lovell, and I was one of the crew of this spacecraft, Apollo 8. We were the first men to see the surface of the moon from just a few miles away. But it was the hundreds of thousands of men and women who worked in that team, and the millions of people who supported the mission that really made it possible. That way, I guess, we all went to the moon. Now, on the other side of those doors, you'll find an actual Saturn V moon lander. It's still the most powerful, the most complex machine ever built. And I guess it's the only one that can take you to another planet. I actually got to fly one on a second flight to the moon called Apollo 13. But that's another story.
Want to do what? No.
Mom, we're doing that.
Here, look.
No, mind.
Will. Sample of moon rock here.
It's what? Oh, yes. These are arms on a spacesuit. All the different ones are here.
The things that they do outside where you get a test. Yes, I'm doing that.
No, because you have to pay for it.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Claustrophobia would get you there, wouldn't it?
Oh God.
That's how we came down.
Yeah, I mean that's literally it. That is how they are in that capsule. Like sardines in a tin.
That door that's in there. You see the door that's in there in the glass case? That's what will be there.
Yeah, that
so
hatch.
That will be all metal with the door there.
Real people in there.
No.
No.
In that glass, it wasn't there on the original. They've just taken the metal out and stored it over there.
Yeah.
So you can see it. But that is how people spend an hour, hours, maybe a day sometimes in there.
More
sat
than that.
Like that. To come down to Earth and do like this.
Estimated at 80% of the 12 million population of this country, by far the greatest audience for any such television program ever.
It's alright. Craig's totally ruined the shot there. So we're currently outside. Ooh.
Space and it was awesome.
It's awesome, is it?
Wait, if you ever get to come to like Orlando, where we are now,
Cape Canaveral.
Cape Canaveral, come here. It's the best thing ever. And also, if it isn't rocket launching, this seats where
you don't have to shout.
The seats where Saturn V is. Come outside. Come to the seats area, and you can have a little play area. Look.
But that's not very safe though, kids, is it?
No, but it's still fun.
Right, Will, sit down please. Sit down please. Inception.
I want to show you this one system before we leave the area. It's sitting over here on this red trailer. It's called a launch abort system. This is actually the very top of the new Mars rocket, right here. Now, how this works is this is going to be attached to the Orion space capsule. And on takeoff, if anything terribly wrong goes wrong with the rocket itself, this is going to activate and it'll pull the Orion capsule about 1.5 miles away. And then all the fuel will be spent in this little rocket. It'll detach itself
to the right of the coach and follow them down until you see the first tallest tree on the left of the power lines. First tallest tree on the left of the power lines. Then look directly to the right of that tree to the tallest tree on the right of the power lines. In that tree you will see the eagle's nest. Dark ball in the center of the tree. It's right there in that clearing. First tallest tree on the left of the power lines, right here. Look directly to the right, to the tallest tree on the right of the power lines. Look straight through this clearing. There's the tree. Straight across from the front door. If you look over your right shoulder, you can see it.
Yeah, we're just going to have a look at the rockets. So this is like, what, how many months after we came back?
5, I think.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5 months after we came back from Florida. And I've just been putting together the Kennedy Space Center vlog. which obviously you've just watched. And one thing we got while we were there was the freeze-dried ice cream. Which comes like that.
But why is it called ice cream?
Because it is ice cream.
It's ice cream that's been freeze dried.
Yeah, Lily.
Yeah, but why is it called ice cream? But it isn't even ice.
Lily can't get the concept of freeze-dried ice cream.
Are you even in the shop there?
What?
I think so. It does say it's made from real ice cream. It's delicious strawberry, vanilla and chocolate flavour, so it's Neapolitan. And we are going to try it. So yes, we're about to try it now.
Betty's begging to get up.
Oh. So inside the packet, incidentally, it does actually have a warning on the front. Please do not open inside the museum. So we're guessing it's going to be rather messy.
Yeah, there's messy on
Oh.
Put it on the
So,
table.
hold on. So it comes in a little packet. Ooh, hold on, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So, one-handed. Thanks, family, for all the help there.
I can't get up.
This is what it looks like. Right, does everybody want to try?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we have a bit of each?
Go on then.
I'm going to try some of this. That's nice.
Nice?
Strawberry nice.
Oh, hold on, you've gone out of focus.
Strawberries.
Is it nice?
Strawberry
There's only a tiny bit of strawberry for you, man. Oh, who's picked all the... Okay.
Okay.
Me and Mum have only had...
It's this one.
Oh, that is weird,
But nice.
but nice.
I'll take the small
Look
one.
at it.
Right. I'll sit down. Right, I've got a little bit of chocolate.
Wonderful.
I've got one chocolate.
Oh, here, you
One of these, here, we'll have it.
No, it's alright.
Put it in Lily.
So it is powdery. Very powdery.
That's nice.
It's so strange, isn't it?
It's like polystyrene, but you're making polystyrene.
Yeah.
I enjoy it though, it's quite nice.
I don't like the chocolate as much as the strawberry.
I like the chocolate more.
This is my favourite type of that one you've just done there, all strawberry.
Oh, the vanilla isn't as nice either. Oh, actually it is. The aftertaste of the vanilla is lovely.
Yeah.
That's bit.
I think the strawberry's the best.
And poor little Betty here, who we didn't have while we were on holiday, we just got her a few weeks ago. She can obviously smell it and desperate for a bite.
So she's
It's
going to
not for
bite me
little
instead.
puppies.
Going to bite me instead.
You're not allowed to for puppy.
So, what's the verdict, folks, on this ice cream?
Lovely.
Nice.
Nice.
I want to have more of it.
I can't even remember how much it was.
Oh, she's going to jump.
Was it only about $5 or something?
I can't remember. Just look.
It doesn't say.
I thought it was printed on the packet.
We can get some. They've got a really good, I think anyway, I don't know what you thought, like souvenir shop. There's all sorts of things you could buy. They had real moon rock for sale. We got, everywhere we go when we go on holiday we buy fridge magnets. And we got a cool one from...
Do we go and grab it quickly?
Go on, go grab it and we'll show them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tiny pieces of like moon dust, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
And you could buy medals for each
mission.
Each mission.
And they had like pins and patches and all sorts of bits and bobs.
And this has nothing to do with Kennedy Space Centre. I'm just add a little bit thing in.
Right, go on then.
This is a picture of us in. Oh yeah. What's it called again?
Clearwater. So this, hold on, I cannot tell what. There, NASA, I need my space, Kennedy Space Centre.
Yeah, I got it too.
There you go. So that was the magnet that we got. I think that was only a few. I keep saying a few dollars. That's not bad. So, right, I'm about to We're about to sign off there, and I'm going to go and add this to the end of the vlog that I've just put together for you and that you've just watched. So, Betty's wanting to be in on the action. Right. Bye.